Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? My name is Jenny Sapon, and on my channel I do a lot of reviews and tutorials. So if you love all of those, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're a returning viewer, hello, what's up? How's it going? Today I created this fall eye look, and if you're curious to see how I created this look, just keep on watching. It's been a hot minute since I've sat down and filmed an eye look for you guys. Most of my eye looks are just from the palettes that I'm reviewing. I'm just excited for this one. So I'll be using Life's a Drag Facelift. I purchased this when it first came out and it's amazing. It literally has all the shadows you need. It has a base to set your primer and then just the neutrals and the colors. So I'm going to be using some color in this eye look. So I'm going to set my base with the P. Louise base in Rumor 2. So now that I have that set, I'm going to go in with the shade Cake Face. So it's just a regular white shadow, but I'm just setting my eye primer so it's not as sticky, so that my shadow has something to lay on. I'm using a fluffy brush just like this. My specific brush is the L'Oreal X or Morphe X L'Oreal brush in A11, but you don't need this specific one. You can use anyone that's very similar. It's just a round fluffy blending brush. I'm taking the shades Sickening and All Tea, and I'm just going to blend the two, and I'm going to buff this into right where my crease is at as a transition shade. I'm just buffing this in windshield wiper motions, and then I'm just blending it just a little bit above my brow bone. So I'm just building the color using windshield wiper motions, and then any excess color that I have, I'm not dipping it into the pan. I'm just lightly blending it right above where the brow bone is at, just so that it's a gradient effect. If that makes any sense. For the next shadow, I'm taking a smaller brush, a little smaller than this one, as you can see. It's a little bit smaller, but it's still fluffy. It's not as dense, and it's the Morphe X L'Oreal in A25, and I'm going to take the shade Mug. So it's this color right here. I'm obsessed with this color. It is so beautiful. These shadows, if you've used anything from Manny or Lunar Beauty, it's super pigmented. So I'm gonna go super light-handed in whatever chocolate color shadow you're using. We're just only going to focus this in the crease. So just like the first transition shade, I'm just taking this and I'm blending this back and forth in windshield wiper motions, and I'm sticking just at the crease. I'm not moving this. I'm not flicking it up to where my brow bone is at. I'm just staying at where my crease is, and just bring it a little bit down to my lid. Not all the way down though, just a little bit. Taking a very similar brush to this brush right here. I'm just taking a very similar one. This is just the Morphe Y19. It's honestly just a very similar brush, maybe just a little more dense, but if I didn't have this brush, I would have used this. But it's a clean brush. It doesn't have any shadows on it, and I'm going to take this shade right here called Meaty. It's like a orangish brown color right here. You can't do a fall eye look without using like a burnt orange look. or a terracotta or whatever color it is. So I'm just lightly dabbing that shadow, and I'm going to add this right where the crease is at, just to layer over that chocolate shadow, just very lightly. You don't want to go too heavy-handed, just to give us a little more of that like orangey kind of color, but without going like full on orange. Just gives it a nice like gradient fade. And I'm just kind of going in circular / windshield wiper motions. I don't want to go too heavy. You just kind of like want it to be there, but you don't want to like lose your transition or lose the color that we laid into the crease. So I'm just lightly just placing it on. So now moving on to our outer crease color, I'm going to use the shade Trade, which is like this deep purple color right here. It's so dirty, like this whole area, so you can't really tell what it is, but it is like a deep purple color and I love it. Flat brush like this. You can use any brush that's similar to this. It's pretty dense and it's just this dimension, but I really like it for it to pack the colors in the outer V. It makes it so much easier. So I'm gently gonna dab the color Trade, just because, like I said, his shadows are very pigmented. I'm gonna gently dab this into the outer corner and slightly bring this into the lid, like the middle of the lid. And I'm just gently dabbing. I'm not even like brushing or blending or anything like that. I'm just dabbing it on right now, and I'm literally just taking the shadow into the center of my lid, and I'm just kind of blending it into the rest of the shadows. So once you've built this to the depth that you want, like depending on how plum, like the purplish plum that you want, go ahead and stop wherever you're comfortable with wearing. I'm definitely okay with wearing a darker fall eye look. Just because it's fall, it's more fun to wear darker, vampier makeup, so I like to just keep building it, and it's makeup, so we can definitely have fun with it. Taking the same brush that we used for this chocolate color right here, I'm gonna go back into it, just lightly dab it though. You don't wanna go too heavy. And then we're just gonna dab the outside of the outer corner, and we're just going to deepen it up. I'm just dabbing this in circular motions. You can go in with black shadow, but I feel like that's just a little too harsh, and I feel like sometimes using black can just like overpower the purple. So I'm just going in with a chocolate and just blending it just to make that deeper color. So taking the same fluffy brush we used in the very beginning, we're going to take the shades Sickening and All Tea again and just kind of bring back that little transition shade that we originally had, just so that we can blend everything together and not have it so harsh. So this is your opportunity to kind of just blend everything out, any harsh lines you may have, or bring back whatever color you really want that you lost in the process of blending. Or if it's your opportunity to kind of flick it out to like whatever shape, like a cat eye-ish look if you want. And then I'm just taking this same brush that I used for shade Meaty right here, just because I kind of still want that orangish shade in there with my purple and browns. And I'm just gonna gently dab this in here. And I'm just going to blend everything together. I know it's really bad, but make sure it doesn't look too muddy though. And that's why I switch out my brushes. I've been very obsessed with like a matte eye look for fall. So I'm not gonna add a shimmer shade. I'm just gonna leave it as is. As you can see, I kind of like packed my purple very lightly and just kind of made sure I like went lighter in the inner corners. But I think I'm gonna deepen just the outer V just a little bit more, just because I love it. And then I'm gonna go back in and add some purple. But you see how I'm just like lightly fading the purple into like the inner corners of my eyelids. I'm not really packing the purple in there just because I kind of want it to look like it's like fading into the purple. Okay, so let's go ahead and complete this eye look real quick. We're gonna take the shade Mug and Trade. So just the two shadows that you use for the outer corner. I'm just gonna blend that, and I'm going to align my lower lash line. So now moving on to eyes, I'm going to be using my Silly George lashes, Girl on Fire. I'm obsessed with these. I've been wearing these a lot, whether it's a natural look or a full glam. I have these on. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes real quick. I'm going to use the Silly George Linerbond, and I'm just going to draw my liner real quick. If you don't want to wear eyeliner and cover up like your eyeshadow, there is a Linerbond Pro, which is the clear version, and it works amazing. So the camera cut me off as I was putting on my lashes, but that's totally fine. You guys have seen me use the Linerbond multiple times, so you guys know how it works. But this is the completed look. I just used liquid lipstick in Zaya by Lunar Beauty. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit subscribe before you leave, and comment down below what you would like to see next. And don't forget, you can find me on all my social medias, TikTok, Instagram at Jenny Zapon. And since you're already here, you might as well hit that subscribe button. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye guys.